Peace, 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 family. Your boy Treetop Chris checking in. And welcome back to Treetop Finance, where we talk about everything finance, as well as wealth building strategies and credit funding. In today's video, we're going to go over a strategy where you can get paid to pay your bills. Yes, get paid to do what you have to do if you're an adult and you're out here in the world doing adult things. But I'm going to make it as simple as possible. But first, I have to identify how we've been doing it in the past and how a lot of people have been doing it in the past. Some of you are more familiar with the strategy that I'm about to show you. Without further ado, let's get to it. I just put together this chart really quickly. This is how the average person's finances go. They get their money coming in with income. It goes into here, right? And then you start to pay bills. You pay everything that you need to live your life. You got your house and apartment, you got your subscriptions, you got your car note, you got fund, you got other debt payments, right? Now, this is okay, right? If you have no life plan of being wealthy. Like if you plan on just maintaining and doing everything you can to maintain, this is great. If you can get your income to a certain amount, whereas though you can cover all of these payments. Now the average person say, okay, well, I got enough money to pay for all this stuff. What's the big deal? No big deal, right? In this strategy, we're trying to get you to make money for paying for all these things, right? But how do we do it? First off, we have to change our mindset because this is not how you handle everything in this financial world and still get paid for it. But I'll show you how you're supposed to do it in a second. Now, here's how it really should look for beginners, right? This is using the credit cards. Now, before we would get our income, we're not using any type of credit cards. And if we were using credit cards, the bills and debt will automatically go out as soon as the income will come in, right? But this is how it really should look. So when your income comes in, right, before anything happens, you want to save 5 to 10% of your net income. In one of my previous videos, we talked about gross versus net. Net is what you actually take home. Gross is what they say you make before taxes. So after taxes, you want to save 5 to 10% of your net income, 5 to 10% of what you make after taxes. Before you even start to roll with this diagram, you want to pay yourself first. Moving on to the next thing, debt payments, right? Now, debt payments include anything that can be paid with a credit card, right? So if you can pay it with a credit card, do it. Remember, we're using credit cards in this model. Don't be afraid of your credit cards. If you got low limits, that's fine. You know, we teach people how to get high limits. We actually help you get the credit if you need it. But if you got a low limit, that's fine. We can even max it out in this model, but I'm going to explain how to actually use it over time, right? So you make your debt payments. After the income comes in, pay yourself. Make your debt payments on anything that can be paid with a credit card. Next thing you're going to do, you're going to go into your lifestyle, right? And your lifestyle, a lot of things you might not be able to pay with your credit card. Like if you pay your bills, sometimes they say that you got to pull it from your checking account in order to make those payments. So your lifestyle might be things that by the time your income goes through all of this, you still have a little bit of income left that you have to pay for everything with cash. But what you want to do is you still want to use your credit card as often as possible. Why? Because when you do this, you'll get cash back and rewards on everything, right? You want to maximize cash back and rewards at all times. Why? Because if everything goes in and just goes out, you're not benefiting from it. Most people don't even have the savings, right? I'm going to teach you how to save in the next model, but remember, this is the beginner level. In the beginner, all you want to do is just follow this model. You get your savings, pay yourself first, make your debt payments, live your lifestyle, pay what you can't pay with the credit card with cash, use your credit card as much as possible. In the process of doing this, you'll end up with rewards and cash back, and then you just start the process over and over and over again each month. Now, what are the benefits of using this model? Chris, I don't want to use my credit cards. Well, fine. If you're in America, you have to use them. You need credit. Anybody tells you anything otherwise, they've already used credit and they're already happy and successful after paying their debt down. But they accrued the debt to begin with. So if they're telling you that you don't need debt, why did they get it first and then pay it off and then tell you not to get it? But they still have access to it. They still have good credit scores. They still have access to a better living because they went through the process. So in this situation, a few things are going to happen. You're going to get cash back and rewards from using your credit card on everything that you could possibly use it for, right? Now, when you use your credit card and then you pay it back in this model, remember, in the debt payments, when you pay everything back, because remember, you have to pay your card back in full each month. Say your income is $2,500, right? $2,500. All the way through this model, you got a credit card limit of $1,000, right? So that means that every month you can pay back $1,000, which is zero. That leaves you with $1,500 cash to spend on lifestyle, right? $1,500 cash to spend on lifestyle. Every single month you can pay off $1,000 in credit. But remember, those debt payments over here, $1,000 in credit every single month. You're paying off $1,000 every single month. You're paying off $1,000. You're living your life. You're paying off $1,000. Over time, what's going to happen is the $1,000 is going to go to $1,500. And what do? Instead of paying $1,000, you pay $1,500. But remember, the higher the credit limit, the more rewards you get. So if you're spending $1,500, you're getting cash back and rewards on $1,500. You're getting cash back and rewards on $1,000. The whole purpose is to do all of this so that you can get cash back and rewards on it. But not only that, they're going to raise your limit because you're being responsible with your credit, right? Using credit cards in this model, you get your income in, pay yourself first, pay off the cards, use the cards, get paid for the cards. Income comes in, pay yourself, pay off the cards, use the cards, get paid for the cards. And it's the same thing over and over and over again. This is just level one, right? Because you can get more granular with it, but I just want to get you to understand the concept of this first. Now that you have the concept together, I want to show you the card that we use, and I always suggest that people use. Now, there are other cards out there, but I love the Apple Card, and that's mainly because it ties into my device. Now, if you have an Android device, that's okay. You still can get the Apple Card. You still can use all of the benefits that it has. You just won't be able to use it till its fullest potential. And I have some alternative cards that we'll go through after this, but today we're going to be using the Apple Card. Why do I love the Apple Card so much? It's created by Apple, of course, no qualms there, but no fees, not even hidden fees. It's the first credit card that actually encourages you to pay less interest. You get unlimited daily cash back. That is the hit, everyone. Unlimited daily cash back. Now, when you buy something on the Apple Card, you get a percentage of your purchase back in daily cash, not a month from now, but every day. It's real cash, so unlike rewards, it never expires or loses its value. You can choose to have it automatically deposited onto your Apple Cash card in the Wallet app. Now, again, Apple users only. If you have a Android device, you won't be able to have the Wallet app, but it will automatically go into your savings if you have the savings set up. Now, or you can open a savings account with Apple Card and route your daily cash directly into that account where it can earn interest. And there's no limit on how much daily cash you can get. Use it to buy things in stores, on websites, or apps. Make a payment on your Apple Card, pay back a friend, or to save it up and watch it grow over time. Now, you get 3% daily cash back on anything that you buy from Apple, and these merchants, they have more merchants and they swap merchants out every now and then, but Apple overall will always give you 3% cash back. When I bought my MacBook, I got $350 cash back. You get 2% daily cash back anytime that you see this logo and you use Apple Pay if you have an Apple device, or if you use the card to kind of scan the card at stores, you'll get 2%. And then you get to watch everything grow over time. With the savings, you can choose to grow your daily cash in a high yield savings account. Now, this high yield savings account from Apple, right? 4.5% APY on your savings account. Now, that is crucial. So in the model, remember, you got the income going in, you're paying your cards back, you're using your card for everything, you're getting 3% here, you're getting 2% here, you're getting unlimited cash back every day that you use the card, and it's automatically going into your savings every time you swipe your card. I think that's a good deal. This is just one card that you can use. Now, here's some great alternative to the Apple Card. This is for people who don't want to use the Apple ecosystem, but remember, I use that Apple ecosystem because every time I make the purchases, it all stays within one bank. Every time I make a purchase electronically on my phone or with my card, it automatically goes to the bank that I can access on my phone. Now, if you don't have an Apple device or you just want to avoid Apple entirely, here are 4 more cashback credit cards. I found this on NerdWallet. You got the Wells Fargo Active Cash Card that gives you 2% unlimited cash back on all purchases. You see your credit requirements that you need there. Also is the Chase Freedom Unlimited Card. This card is great. 6.5% cash back on travel purchase through Chase Travel. This is a great card for people who travel. Cash back on drugstore purchases. After you spend your first $20,000, you spend a lot of money at the drugstore. But anyway, 4.5% cash back on dining at restaurants. That's crazy. Remember, we're putting our money in, we're paying our cards back in full each month, and we're getting paid to use these credit cards, baby. We need to use them to their fullest extent. This Chase Freedom Unlimited card is great. Cash back on all purchases, 3% cash back on all purchases. This is sometimes better than the Apple Card, just to have the Chase Freedom Unlimited. Then you got the Capital One Saver One Cash Rewards credit card. These are some great options here, folks. You can check this out on your own, Of course, you got the Blue Cash Preferred card. These are just some extra options that you can have, and they actually have better services and or rewards than the Apple Card. But remember, I like to try to not think about it. That's why I use Apple for everything. But these cards, in some extent, are actually a lot better than the Apple Card. Just some extra options for you folks.